ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
119. कुलालेन यथा चक्रम् तथा मायाविना गुणाः सत्त्वादयः प्रेरिता स्युः तय जन्मान्यनेकधा लोहे मुद्गरघातेन नाग्नेर्बाधस्तथा गुणैः भूतात्मोपद्रवेणास्य साक्षिणो नास्त्युपद्रवः। Red hot iron, when beaten by the blacksmith with the help of a hammer, takes different shape, but the fire is unchanged. So also, these gunas, sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna, prompt the individuals to take to different karmas, karmapada, janma, marana, different embodiments. So it is like the hammering of the iron by the hammer. But here, the Antaryami, Ishvara, so gives the motivation or makes these gunas function accordingly in terms of lending different embodiments. Same illustration is now concluded. Yatha, Anvaya we have seen, Yatha, just as Kulalena Chakram Preritam. The wheel on which the pot maker keeps a lump of mud and goes on turning this chakra wheel, giving the shape to the pot. So also yatha kulalena chakram preritam, the wheel is turned. If the wheel is not turned by the pot maker, there is no possibility of making a pot, and the wheel doesn't turn also. So also here, who does this? Tatha Mayavina Ishvarena Sattvadayaha Gunaha Preritaha. By Mayavi, Ishvara. So Mayavi means who? The one who is operating or who is wielding the Maya. That is actually in the presence of Ishvara, the Maya gets activated because Maya by itself is inert in nature. Just as a chakra, a wheel cannot revolve on its own, a sentient entity is required. So also Maya Shakti, the creative power, is inert by itself. So it has to get enlivened. So it has to become sentient, and that it happens so in the presence of Ishvara. That's why Maya Vina Ishvarena Sattvadayaha Gunaha Preritaha. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, these gunas, Preritaha, motivated. Actually motivated in the sense they get activated. Just in the presence of Ishvara, Brahma, they get activated. And really speaking, there is nothing that he wants to do from that, but they get activated. Whether to get hooked to this guna or not, the individual has to decide. Just on that, those wooden horses which are made to revolve, whether to sit or not, you decide. But having once you sit on that, you will have to get revolved. So also, the identification, embodiment, whether you would like to have or not, you decide. Is it after your decision that you are identified with the body? Due to ignorance, already the identification is there. Now you have to decide whether to continue or discover your Swarupa. That is your decision. So here, already we are identified because due to ignorance. Now better inquire and discover the Swarupa, distinct from embodiment, distinct from entire Jagat. In fact, me, the Chaitanya only, is the very basis, the Adhisthana, the one who lends existence to the entire creation. It may appear little strange as such because we are identified with the body and we appear as one of the puny creatures in the entire Jagat. How can I be the basis, the Adhisthana of entire Jagat? That is because of erroneous identification. As Chaitanya, me, the pure awareness principle, I am the very Adhisthana, the basis of entire Jagat. Entire Jagat is centered in me, the Chaitanya. So, Maya Vina, Satvadayaha, Gunaha, Preritaha, Syu. If they are activated, they are prompted to their corresponding functions, they get activated. Thereby what happens? Taishta, by those gunas which are now activated by Mayavi Ishvara or which have got activated by Ishvara. Taishta, by them, anekadha janmani bhavanti. Varieties of janmas, here embodiments take place. This, the Bhutatma, Jivatma, takes varieties of janma, takes varieties of embodiment, upadhi sitting. And how many varieties are there? 84 lakhs of species are there. Depending on one's karma, the option is not there for this person. Option is there at what level? Karma level. At the level of action, there is option to do or not to do. That's why Veda comes and tells, do this, don't do this. If you do this, you will get rewarded. If you do this, you will get punished. If you care for your good in the long run, don't take to those certain actions listed which may give pleasure immediately, but in the long run a person has to suffer. There are other karmas which may not be that pleasant, but in the long run it will do immense good to you. Better take to that. This division is in terms of what is called as papa and punya. So while acting, we have to decide to take to or not to take to. Once karma is over, there is no other go than to face the consequences. Nobody can get rid of them. So that the choice is there at that level, and that is why Vedas come and make us aware, because unless told by Vedas, no one will be able to figure them out. What we can figure out is immediate consequences of any action. Having done an action, what is a drishtaphala? That is, seen result can be inferred, or from experience of elderly people we can come to know. But adrishtaphala, unseen result into papa punya, only Vedas have to come and tell us, otherwise it is just impossible for us to figure out. That is why Vedas come and tell us before taking to action. Better take to these actions, be rewarded. Don't take those actions, prohibited ones, you will be punished in course of time. It can be in future lives also. So therefore, in this way, what happens? This Bhutatma gets subjected to anekada janmani bhavanti, take many births. But in and through this light of Bhutatma without the Chidabhasa Chaitanya Bimba is just not possible. But that Chaitanya is totally unaffected. Only this mistaken entity, the notional entity who is identified with the embodiment, is the one who suffers like it is the iron that undergoes change and not the fire in the iron. Lohe mudgara ghatena agnehe badhana. Lohe in the iron, mudgara ghatena, by the beating of the hammer, agni badhana, no afflictions whatsoever that is takes place or is cast to fire. Tatha, so also in the same manner, gunaihi bhutatmopadravena, by guna, sattva guna, rajo guna, tama guna, giving rise to different types of embodiment from 84 lakhs of species. Bhutatmopадravena, bhutatmanaha upadravena, bhutatmopadravena, shashitatrita. Bhutatmanaha means jivatmanaha upadravena, by afflictions of jiva in terms of janma marana. So in terms of janma marana, not simply afflictions in terms of janma marana. Janma is an affliction, marana also is an affliction. In between, nothing but affliction. A chain of, parade of affliction, sorrows, what were called as kalushyam, adhi. vyadhi. So that is bound to be there. Bhutatma upadravena. Because of this affliction, sakshina asya sakshinaha upadravaha na asti. Bhutatma, this mistaken entity, will undergo all these afflictions, suffer the sorrows of samsara, but in and through that, sakshina asya sakshinaha, for this sakshi chaitanya, the very bimba in the Siddhabhasa that is available in the Ahankara or the Antakarna. So for that Sakshi Chaitanya, the Atma, Upadravaha Nasti, there is no affliction, there is no sorrow, there is no Samsara, means Siddhatmanaha Samsaraha Nasti. Chaitanya, Chaitanya Sarupa, Atma has no Samsara. Who has got Samsara? Bhutatma. Siddhatma doesn't have samsara. Bhutatma, who is that? Jivatma, who has got identified the embodiment, has to bear all the, or has to suffer all the samsara. And that all suffering of samsara actually at the level of upadhi, gross body and subtle body. Gross body is the place of this experiences, means of experiences, antakarna, the subtle body. So all these afflictions, sorrows take place at the upadhi level, but by mistaking the upadhi as me, one suffers the samsara. Whereas Chaitanya, which is in and through all these, which is the one Sakshi, it makes us know all these experiences, itself is free from samsara. If Chaitanya were not there, there is no occasion for any sorrow. Whatever may be the modification of antakarna in terms of whether adhi, or modification of the body in terms of vyadhi. So whether mental afflictions, agonies, etc., anxieties and all that, or physical pain, diseases and all that, in spite of that, so what happens? There is no sorrow. That is why, suppose a person who is dead from a very chronic disease and suffered a lot, all suffering so long as who is there available? Siddhabhasa is available in that body. Siddhabhasa is available means what? Chit bimba. The bimba rupa Chaitanya is available in the body. Is available in terms of manifestation. Though bimba rupa Chaitanya is all pervasive, it is available in the particular body through the channel of antakarna. Person dead is not dead. Now let us say a person met with accident and his leg got totally amputated and he fainted because he could not bear the pain as such, fainted. And afterwards he died. Now what has happened? The leg is not in such a painful thing, but no pain at all. Why? Siddhabhasa is not there, Jiva is not available. But the conditions of the body, same, it is just like that. Before the disposal of the body, it is still there, but there is no pain. Therefore, Chaitanya is there. If Chaitanya and me were not there, these are not possible. That being the case, so what have to do? We have to inquire and discover ourselves to be distinct from the upadhi. In upadhi, these features do not belong to us. This is possible provided the direct cognition of our swarupa is there free from upadhi. Once that is thorough, afterwards, even if upadhi is there, we know it is false. It comes and goes. My swarupa is the first and last. I am free from them. That's why Ravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, that firm abidance in the knowledge must be there. Of course, this means will be hinted thereafter. Already told there, Ravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, but further again, from Prajapati to Valakilya, it will be told because Valakilya themselves are going to ask the question. So after listening to this description of samsari, they wonder, how is this guy is suffering? Then he says, what is the remedy for this to get free from samsara? In nutshell, Prajapati tells them. So for whom Siddhatma, samsara is not there. Now, this Siddhatma has got, Bhutatma has got Upadravas. Upadravas, afflictions, sorrows. What are those Upadravas, sorrows? Do we know or not? What are the sorrows that samsari has to undergo? You don't know. Possibly some don't know. So here, Prajapi described in briefly what are that is upadrava, that is specific means major things, major upadravas that one has to undergo. There are many other things as such, but mainly what are those is to describe it. Bhutatmanaha samsaropadrava visheshan varnayati. Stanza 121, 22, 23. Bhutatmanaha means jivatmanaha, jivasya samsaropadrava visheshan. Certain specific samsara upadrava, afflictions in samsara are being described. Ekaika deho narakaha bhaved bhutatmano mahan maithunodbhutyadi doshaha prasiddha eva dehinam dehe doshayatha chitte doshastadvadanekashaha sammohadyastamasasyuhu krishnadya rajasamataha bhutatma taih preritasan taih tamasarajasaihi कर्मभिर्बहुधा देहान् अवाप्नोति पुनः पुनः. अन्वय भूतात्मनः एकैकदेहः महान् नरकः भवेत्. देहिनां मैथुनोद्भूत्यादि दोषाः प्रसिद्धाः एव. यथा देहे दोषाः तद्वत्, दोषास्तद्वत्, तद्वत् चित्ते अनेकशः दोषाः एड सन्ति. यथा देहे दोषाः तद्वत् चित्ते अनेकशः दोषाः सन्ति. एड तेषु सम्मोहाद्याः एडिटिव तामसाः स्युः कृष्णाद्याः राजसाः मताः. भूतात्मा तैः प्रेरितः सन् तैः तामसराजसैः कर्मभिः बहुधा देहान् पुनः पुनः अवाप्नोति. देहान् पुनः पुनः अवाप्नोति. भूतात्मनः एकैकदेहः महान् नरकः भवेत्. And to see narakana, so did not go to any hell. So nobody needs to go to any hell. Everyone, that body itself is what? Ekaikaha deha means individual body. So the individual bodies of each and every Bhutatma means Jivatma, Mahan Narakaha Bhavi. So it is a great hell, means something disgusting. Hell means something disgusting and a source of sorrow. Narakas are meant for this. That means something is nauseating and disgusting and a source of sorrow. How is it? How do you say so? Because few features of them are enumerated, from based on which we can know ourselves what are those. Maithunodbhuti it adi doshaha. Udbhuti means birth. Maithunodbhuti means, what it means is coming out from filthy place. It is coming born of Maithuna, come out from filthy place. So, Uddhuti, Adi. Adi for Yonivasa. 9 months this person has to stay where? In confinement. And where is that? Not in air-conditioned cozy room. In a filthy bag, that also the space is not sufficient. The fellow has to coil himself and stay in the womb of the mother. They say this stay in the womb of the mother is the most torturous one. When the very sentiency comes, I think at the age of 5 months or so, after 5 months or so, when the sentiency comes, they say the most torturous condition. And the jiva recalls all that had happened in the past. All those the jiva has suffered and develops great vairagya and determines, once I come out of this, hereafterward, Kaan pakdunga. Kaan pakdunga. Or what? I will think of Lord Hari only. I will think of Lord Vishnu only and will get freed from this samsara. No more return to this samsara. Such vairagya he develops. With the trauma of birth, when he comes out, breathes the first air, everything is forgotten. Ere maja maagya. So, good old things start. Now, this is not fuck and good story. I have told many times. Because even the gynecology has not done research as far as what are the experiences of the fetus in the womb vessel. I have told this many times. In Dhyatma Ramayana, Kiskindha Kanda, there is a sarga wherein that is Sampati was told by one Muni Chandra or someone. So because he, Sampati and who? Jatayu, these are brothers. And they are mighty. And they thought of racing in the sky. And to go where? To Surya Mandala. And they started flying high up. The moment Surya Mandala started coming near, what happened? Because of the heat of the sun, both were about to get burned. Sampati, just to rescue the younger brother, he spread his wings so that the Jatayu will get at least saved. And Jatayu did, they returned, but Jatayu did get saved. But Sampati's wings got burned and he fell down. So he fell down and he was unconscious for a few days, nothing around. So he saw an hermitage and slowly walking, he can't fly, walking he went there. And the Chandra Muni was, he knew who Sampati was. He said, Sampati, what is your flight? He said, this is what it is. At that time, he gives a piece of advice just to inculcate Vairagya. This is the fact. So that is how, in the course of talk, one of the aspects that Chandra Muni had told him was what is the condition of the flight of a fetus in the womb, how it suffers, etc. Not only that, actually, it is a matter of research for gynecology because from the first day of conception, how the fetus grows, all the stage by stage discussion is given there. And then this also from the experience standpoint also, what horrible experience the jiva undergoes, but after birth everything is forgotten and good old game starts again. So that means it is that Adi for Yonivasa, that is this suffering in the womb of the mother. Many things can be taken. The body itself is in the original Shuddha said, Astibhi Chittam. This body is nothing but heap of bone. Also, Mausena Anuliptam, plastered by the mouse. Suppose a wound is there and the flesh comes out. Will we be able to see that? But this is what is inside. Charmana Avabadham. By skin it is covered. That's the only thing. This Bhagwan is a master pack. He is not packing pakka. So, the filth he has present in such a pack that outwardly it looks very nice and beautiful. So that but skin itself is nothing but is another thing. So long as it is in the body, it's fine, but it comes out and you see. If the epidermis goes and you see the dermis, you will what? You will not take breakfast afterwards. So that is how it is. So, karmana avabaddham. And inside what is there? At least, okay, outside all dirty or something not beautiful, ugly. Inside something precious. Suppose diamond, etc. Diamond, etc. is what? Kept in what type of safe? Iron safe. Not diamonds are not just exposed like that. Only that fish is exposed, not diamonds. So, only trash is exposed, not diamonds. That are kept in a very precious. But externally it may be iron safe, etc. So, like this, maybe outside dirty things, etc. Inside precious, no. Inside what? Vindmutra pitta kafa majja medo vasabhi anyaicha malaihi bahubhi paripurnam. This body is full with feces, mutra, urine, pitta, kapha, kapha, pitta, vata, three doshas. Other day, Ayurveda. These are the three doshas imbalance. Imbalance in the kapha, pitta, vata. That is how Ayurveda diagnoses. There's a way of diagnosis. Okay, that's what it works. And so don't think that Ayurveda was somebody's brain. It was given by sages. It is found in where? Atharva Veda. So it can't be taken lightly because always pathyas are not palatable. No? Because we can't cater to our palate. We are doing for ages. Why should you bother? That's the choice is over, that's different thing. But the fact is a fact. Maybe allopathy goes to the diagnosis with the immediate cause as such. When Ayurveda speaks of Ashtamaha Gadhas, they are talking of certain unfavorable conditions that get created in the body. When they are there, the person is susceptible for this disease at any moment. A forewarning, better don't allow these Ashtamaha Gadha dosha. That is what? In Kapha Vata Pitta, don't allow them to get formed in their body. At times the result can be after 2-3 decades also. This can be very major thing. Of course, nowadays surgeries etc. are available, but Ayurveda says better prevention is better than the cure. I could carry on till all these years etc. is not an excuse. Of course, choice is over, that different thing. Now, it says that pitta, kapha, that is pitta, bile, kapha, phlegm, majja, nerves, medaha, marrow, vasabhi, vasa is fat. Not only this, anyaicha malaihi, many other dirty things are there, bahu but filled only, so bahubhi paripurnam, such a thing, certainly something which is nauseating in nature. In Vishnu Purana is said, by seeing the actual nature of the body, if one doesn't get vairagya, we don't know how to inculcate vairagya in this person. So the body itself is nothing but pack of filth. That's what it is. So that is what doshaha dehinam prasiddhaha eva. Prajapati says, did not be told, they are well known. This is as far as what is concerned physical body. And their adi, not only yonivasa, you can take childhood. Childhood is what? Entire dependence on others. Maybe mother, father, etc. fine, but total dependence on others. Then this is it. After having own dependence on what? Vishayas, 10th object. The person has to depend. This is as far as the physical body is concerned. What about the, this is here all vyadhis are there. Now at the mental level, adhis, etc. What are those? Yatha dehe doshaha. Just as there are so many defects and deficiencies in the embodiment, the physical body, in the gross body. Yatha, in the same manner. Tadvat, in the same manner. Chitte anekashaha doshaha santi. In the chitta, antakarana, mind, there are many defects. So what are those? It says teshu. Teshu means anekeshu dosheshu. So that broad division he gives. Sammohadyaha tamasaha sihu. Krishnadyaha rajasaha mataha. So there are tamasa doshas and rajasa doshas. at the antakarana level. What are the tamasaha doshaha? Sammohadyaha. Sammoha, delusion, erroneous notion, wrong conclusion. So, sammohadyaha. What are the adyaha? Interestingly, the original Shruti here, the author has not enumerated them for want because of it will get elaborated. Original Shruti has given a very detailed list of these doshas. Worth considering because generally you don't get these doshas. What are born of tamoguna, what are born of rajoguna. Generally we don't get in other places. They are in detail like this. So he says, sammohadyaha tamasaha, sammoha, that is delusion, erroneous notion, wrong conclusion. Then bhayam, fear, visada, sadness, nidra, sleep, tandri, dozing. Generally, if the class is at 11 o'clock, majority. I was sympathizing with Swami Brahmabhutanji because we had to take the class between 10 and 11. I'm sure many were in Tandri. Tandri means dozing. Because if you get up early, generally around 11 is the second cycle of sleep coming. The human system is like that. If you get up early, the second cycle of sleep comes around 11 o'clock. And if you are able to overcome it, that is fine. So, people are prone to, that's why I avoid as far as possible. But as far as that class is concerned, I could not. If it is not possible, then I also take it the different thing. Tandri, dozing. Vranaha means here, vranaha is not physical wound, hurting, getting hurt. He told me like this, and this fellow has no sleep for 10 days. Hurt, mentally hurt, that also because of tamoguna only. Yes, he might have told, whom did he, he criticized me. He criticized, which you he criticized? Body, mind, or Atma? Body, mind, inner. Atma has nothing to do with the upadhi. Why you bother? Let him have it. Why you bother about it? So, vranaha, that also is getting hurt. Jara, old age. Shokaha, sorrows. Shuddhapipasa. So, prana, etc. are involved there, but these are tamasaha. Shuddhapipasa, hunger and thirst. Then, karpanyam, miserliness. Krodhaha, anger. Nastikyam, atheism. Ishvara is not there, nothing like that. Ajnana, ignorance of one's true nature. Or other ignorance also, not only that, ignorance of anything. Matsarya, so jealousy, envy. Vaikarunyam, cruelty. Vaikarunyam, cruelty. Mudhatvam, foolishness. Nirvidatvam, shamelessness. So, immodesty, shamelessness, immodesty. So, nirvidatvam. Nikrutatvam. Nikrutatvam is what is called as shatatvam, hypocrisy. Nikrutatvam is shatatvam, hypocrisy. Asamatvam, partiality. So, these are all the tamasaha doshaha. Sammoha, bhayam, vishadaha, nidra, tandri, pranaha, jara, shokaha, shuddhapipasa, karpanyam, krodhaha, nastikyam, ajnana, matsarya, vaikarunyam, mudhatvam, nirvidatvam, nikrutatvam, asamatvam. One more is there. Uddhatatvam. Uddhatatvam is audacity. Uddhatatvam is audacity. That also is there. So these are the tamasaha dosha. Now, sammohadyaha tamasa. You can imagine if these are there, what can happen? Okay. Means how much affliction can come. Then, Krishnadyaha rajasaha mataha. The Rajasa the defectors, that means born of Rajoguna. What are those? Trishna, insatiable thirst or hankering for sense objects. Sneha. Now, Sneha here is, that is, Asaktin Putra Vittadi. Sneha. Asaktin Putradi, the beings only. Putra, Pati, Bharya, and all this. Means what is called as attachment, Asakti, that is Sneha. Ragaha, that is liking something. Lobhaha, greed. Himsa, injuring others. Ratihi, Ratihi is sport, Krida. Rati means sport, Krida. Drishtihi, perceptual knowledge. Drishti here is not Chaitanya, perceptual knowledge, because we have to operate the sense organs. So, finally the drishti is because of antakarana, which is sattvic in nature. But you have to indulge in the jnanendriya pursuit, that is what Rajoguna only. Vyavrutatvam. Vyavrutatvam means manipulating, covering oneself. Means something, trying to manipulate the thing. That is what Vyavrutatvam. Irsha, jealousy. That it was Matsarya, envious. Right? Here jealousy. Kamam. Kamam here is Stri Moha, the attraction between man and woman. Asthiratvam. Asthiratvam is Sthira Pratishtha Rahityam. In the sense, a fixed abode, fixed residence is not there. Vagabond, not Parivrajaka. Parivrajaka is different thing. This person never stays at one place, vagabond. So that is what is called Asthiratvam. Chanchalatvam, fickleness. Prakshana Vikaritvam. So that is, steadiness of the mind is not there at all. It is very fickle, Chanchalatvam. That demonstration was given. He starts with Krishi, gives up, then takes to Tapas. That also he gives up like that. So that Chanchalatvam. Jihirsha. Jihirsha is desire to rob others. Arthadi Haranecha. Need not be dacoity only. Slowly pinch somebody other's things. So that is Jihirsha. Arthadi Haranecha. Arthoparjanam. That is non-stop earning of wealth. So, to the extent necessity, that is fine, but without a ceiling on this earning aspect. Arthoparjanam. Then Mitranugrahanam, favoring or rewarding friends, etc. In terms of, not that if a friend is in need, you should not help, not that way. This is not just to show oneself a great, throwing parties, etc. This is what is called throwing parties, etc. to show one's greatness to relatives and friends and all that. That is what Mitranugrahanam. Then Parigrahavalambha. It is total dependence on parigraha, possession. Every day morning looks at the bank balance. Parigrahavalambha. Not that it is not required, but this fellow is always mind is centered on this only. Anishteshu indriyarteshu dvishtihi. Hating the things which are not conducive. Okay, you can go away from them. Why should you hate them? That's okay. That is that attitude of hating. Not that they should court them. That is not what is said there. But that hatred again creates affliction in the mind as well. Otherwise, there is no dearth of the things which can give afflictions to us. Entire world is full of them. Let them be in their own, and let me mind my own business. So that is Anishteshu indriyarteshu dvishtihi means dvesha. Again, Ishteshu abhishvangaha. In the desirable things and beings, etc., abhishvanga. Abhishvanga is a step ahead of sneha or asakti. In sneha asakti, the notion is that I depend for my pleasure on these. So, if these things are not there, I won't be happy. But in abhishvanga, total identification with such thing is there. Putre nashte aham nashtaha. Putre pushte aham pushta. That is the example in Yoga. If the sun, something happens to the sun, this fellow is totally gone. Sun is prospering, thriving. That is also his word there. Means not that one. This also doesn't mean sneha, asakti should not be there. Means doesn't mean that one should not discharge one's duty. Discharging one duty is different, and getting hooked and attached and depending on things, these things for one's own happiness is different thing. Yes, sir. So that is what the Abhishwanga is. Identification. I told you once, I used to give an example. Long back once when I was in Nagpur, somebody told me. A young doctor was married, young couple was there. And he was, I think, a professor in the medical college also. Very promising person, and he was planning to go to states also to earn more. So wife was ill. Some bleeding was. So he didn't get cured. Then said, do something. He said, for medical science, bleeding is just nothing. It was being treated, but there was no sign of cure. Afterwards, it was found that it was blood cancer. When it was detected, he simply said, I am finished. I am finished. And of course, he died in course of time. And afterwards, he said, I am finished. Not that, after he dead. Of course, which husband will not get sad when the wife dies, and that also at what? Young age as such, all hopes, etc. Natural for anyone. But I am finished. He says, after he started deteriorating, after 6 months, he popped up. Somebody said he committed a slow suicide. Because being a doctor, he knew everything. He started taking slow poison. Because of insurance policy, it should not be considered as suicide as such. But he did slow poisoning of oneself. Whatever it may be, he ended the life. You don't see that is such a sorrowful event, no doubt. Losing a wife at young age, etc., that is certainly true. But Abhishwanga, identification with the wife, the total identification, I am finished with. That is how that is not correct, sir. Love is one thing, identification is different thing. Abhishwanga is very dangerous. So that way, Abhishwanga. All these are the Rajasaha Mataha. Rajasaha Mataha, these are the Rajasic, this Doshaha, the Rajasic Dosha born of it. Now what happens? With these physical doshas are already there. With this Tamasa and Rajas dosha, the plight of this Bhutatma is Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani Jathare Shayanam. That's what says. Bhutatma Taihi Peritaha San. So, Bhutatma, Jivatma, Taihi. By those, what are those? Chitta Gata Doshaihi. Rajas and Tamasa, defects of mind. Chitta Gata Doshaihi. That is what happens. Peritaha San, prompted by them. What does it do? And what are those Chitta Gata Doshas? Taihi, Tamasa, Rajasaihi, Chitta Gata Doshaihi. By those, Taihi, by those means by those different defects of mind, Tamasa and Rajasa. What happens? Preritaha San, being prompted. Karma bhihi, when prompted by this Chitta Gata Doshas, what he will do? Take to karma. And karmas means karma phalas. Karma phala means future embodiment. So karma bhi bahudha dehan. Bahudha means varieties of embodiment. Punaha apnoti. Punaha repeatedly gets subjected to all this embodiment. But it is not that way. One human life and result of karma phalas, one embodiment from 84 lakhs of species. Not that way. In the span of one human life, the karmas done are enough for I don't know how many. They can be. That's why they say our sanchita karma, you know how much? From anadi kala the jiva is going on, and the stock of sanchita karma is tattva bodha. Ananta koti janmanam karana bhutam yat. It is a cause of only endless crores of birth. Think of it. There is no end to that. So therefore, one human embodiment, one life of human can give any number of amount of this. Therefore, there is no end to that. Another thing, this is not your bank account. Bank account is what? Credit, debit. From the credit, you deduct the debit. What is your balance to your credit? Is it not? इधर ऐसा नहीं है. Face the credit separately, face the debit separately. Credit is punya, face it separately. Enjoy it. Debit is papa, suffer it. No balancing. No balancing here. That's why so many things. Having done good thing, rewarded, enjoy. Having done bad thing, suffer. So there is no nullity. There is some provision is there. What is that? What is called as prayashchitta karma. A punitive action. That is to atone something, nullify something. Some provision is that also Shastra only tells us. Suppose something bad in the past has been done, so then what happens? So there are certain remedial measures of karma by which one can nullify the past effect. That also within certain purview, not totally it can't be. That also depends on how much intense the past thing is there. How much intense the past adverse results are there. How much intense is your present prayashchitta to atone it. All these things are to be taken into account. Otherwise one cannot, that means one cannot escape the karma phala. So that is how. So punaha dehan apnoti, dehan avapnoti. It gets repeated. That is, gets subject to the cycle of birth and death. So this is the plight of this bhutatma, jivatma in terms of samsara upadrava. So there is afflictions in the samsara. Now, Valakilyas, having heard this, they were surprised. Shrutva samsarinam vala. I can't say vala, okay? Shrutva samsarinam vala khilya vismayamayayuhu. Samsarasya pratikaram paprachurmunayah punaha. Valakhilyaha samsarinam shrutva vismayam ayayuhu. Munayaha punaha samsarasya pratikaram paprachuhu. Munayaha punaha samsarasya pratikaram paprachuhu. Valakhilyaha, the Valakhilya munis, samsarinam shrutva. Samsarinam shrutva means samsarinaha varnanam shrutva. Having heard the description of the jiva samsari given so far, vismayam ayu, they wondered at it. They were very much surprised. Not that this, to some extent they knew, everyone knows about this. But such in detail, that is the plight of it, himself being who, Jivatma being who, Paramatma Swarupa has to get subjected to this because of this thing. They wondered at it. And therefore what did they do? Punayaha, Valakhilya Munis. Punaha, once again, though taught so far, Punaha, once again, Pratika samsarasya pratikaram paprachu. Pratikaram, antidote, means of ending the samsara. Remedy. What is the remedy for this samsara? What is the antidote for it? By what means can we end this samsara? So that is what pratikaram paprachu. They asked Prajapati. Prajapati is Hiranyagarbha only. So, one. Now, again Prajapati now. No, first the question, this request. First the request by Valakhilya is presented, then Prajapati is going to answer. Shamed bhutatmatayena vidatmatvam tu shishyate tamupayam guru bruhiti uktasan guru ruktavan. Guru, second line. Yena bhutatmata shamed siddhatmatvam tu shishyate tam upayam bruhi. Guru, yena bhutatmata shamed siddhatmatvam tu shishyate tam upayam bruhi iti uktaha san guruhu uktavan. So Valakilyas requested him, Guru, Prajapati Hiranyagarbha, as O Guru, yena bhutatmata shami. The means by which bhutatmata, jivatmata, because this status of jiva is for whom? Siddhatma, Paramatma only, to whom truly the samsara doesn't belong, and yet here is a jiva who is suffering it. Therefore, that the means by which the status of being jiva is samsari, shamed. Shamed is discarded or gets discarded or gets terminated. So, the means by which the status of being samsari, the sufferer, gets discarded or terminated. Not only that, is swarupa, the true nature of jiva. What is it? Siddhatmatvam tu shishyate. What it means is, Chaitanya Swarupa means one is able to directly cognize the Chaitanya Swarupa, discarding that is the sorrowful samsari stage. Say, Siddhatmatvam tu shishyate, tam upayam. That means, by which means this can be accomplished. That upaya, that means, O Guru, Bruhi, please teach us, tell us, iti uktaha, so requested by Valakhilya Munis, uktaha san, being requested so by Valakhilya Munis, Guruhu, Prajapati Hiranyagarbha, uktavan, he replied. He again replied. So first he says, develop vairagya and get the adhikaritva of gaining the jnana. Thereafterwards, that is, Brahma Vidya is the remedy for that. How can Brahma Vidya can be gained? There are four aspects of it. They are Tapa, Yoga, Stuti and Bodha. Bodha is actual Jnana, Brahma Jnana. The main antidote, main remedy for samsara is Bodha. Whereas Tapa, Yoga, Stuti, these help as the means for a person who has already developed the adhikaritva by developing vairagya. Stuti here is not simple phrase here. What is Stuti? What is Yoga? What is Tapa? Will be explained in detail. So now, the means by which one can terminate, end this state of samsara and discover one swarupa, that is Siddhatma Swarupa. Nadyurmyadika drishtantaihi samsarasyapyanishtatam mithyatvam cha vinishchitya vraje jnanadhikaritam. Nadyurmyadika drishtantaihi samsarasya api anishtatam mithyatvam cha vinishchitya jnanadhikaritam vraje. Jnanadhikaritam vraje. Jnanadhikaritam vraje means one should gain the status of being eligible to discover the knowledge or gain the knowledge. One should acquire, one should develop the eligibility to gain the knowledge. That is what is called as Jnanadhikaritam. Adhikarita is eligibility. Eligibility to gain the knowledge. Vrajet, one should earn. Vrajet means should go. But here it means one should earn. One should earn or develop that eligibility to gain the knowledge. How? By ascertaining in this. In the case of Brihadratha, Shakayanya had told, "Oh Brihadratha, you have as good as got the knowledge. You are a jnani." Why did he say that? Because Pratibandha of jnana is what? Vishaya Trishna. You don't have, you have got vairagya. So that is the first. That means that fascination of sense object makes us hooked to the body and through that the sense object. The first casualty of Atma Jnana is identification with the body, the ahankara. Mrityunjayam mrityubhiyashitanam aham matir mrityumupaiti purvam. Mrityum, where was it? Huh? Sir? Taddarshana, Ramana Maharshi. Taddarshana. Mrityunjayam mrityubhyashitanam aham matir mrityumupaiti purvam. Athasvabhavad amriteshu teshu katham punar mrityubhyo akashaha. Mrityunjayam mrityubhyashitanam. Mrityunjayam mrityubhya ashritanam. In the case of those who have taken resort, to whom Mrityunjaya. Mrityunjaya means Lord Shiva. Why? Mrityubhya ashritanam. Because of fear of Mrityu. Mrityu characterizes samsara. Because of fear of Mrityu means the samsara characterizes Mrityu because Maranatmaka Mrityu Rupa samsara also is called because of Mrityu is the most painful thing in the samsara. So Mrityunjayam, Lord Shiva, Mrityubhya ashritanam, because of the fear of samsara, those who have taken surrender resorted to aham matir mrityumupaiti purvam. The first casualty is of what? Aham mati ahankara. Ahankara means identity with the body, because you have to discover that you are yourself is what? Mrityunjaya Swarupa. Don't think Lord Shiva only that. You are Shiva Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa. Shiva means Brahma only. Brahma Swarupa. You are the one who is free from birth and death. But you are not able to know it because identified with the body. That is, aham matir mrityumupaiti purvam atasvabhavat amriteshu teshu. By Swarupa only they are what? Amriteshu. Amrita Swarupa means one who have no destruction, no death. Katham punar mrityubhyo vakashaha. How can there be any occasion or a chance for there to be have the mrityubhi or fear of death? That is, by one who resort to this Mrityunjaya, of course, they are not that, not here in terms of puja, etc., by discovering yourself to be the Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa, Shiva Swarupa. The names may differ. Vishnu Swarupa, Tattva is one and the same. So thereafterward, there is no occasion of any fear for Mrityu because himself is free from Mrityu. So long as identified with the body, nothing but Mrityu Rupa Samsara only. So therefore it says, so that is how one has to proceed. That is the identification of the body, that is Vishaya Trishna, the hankering for the sense object, the fascination for the sense object is the one which makes us identified with the body. So long as hooked to the body, samsara is inevitable. So that is the case. First, to proceed with the elimination of identification, we have to withdraw from our mental preoccupation in those things which strengthens the identification. Don't think only Ayurveda prescribes pathya. Vedanta also, this Vedantic pathya. You know what is pathya? You know what is pathya? Restricted diet. Not prohibited. Restricted diet. This not pathya doesn't mean you have to starve. You have to take only those things which are conducive. Non-conducive things you have to avoid. That's fine. So here, withdraw from this so that your mind is available for Shravana, Manana, Nididhyana, by which one can discover the Swarupa. The mind preoccupied in that, a disposition itself defiles a person to discover one's own Swarupa. From that standpoint, the necessity of Vairagya is told. Here it says that Jnanadhikaritam Braje, one has to gain that eligibility to acquire the knowledge. How, for which in Shruti it is told, 14, Shruti means Maitreya Upanishad, 14 illustrations are given. Whereas this author is not giving them, he just hints from the first one, Nadyurmyadika Drishtantai. By the Drishtantas of Nadyurmya. Urmya means Urmi. Urmi is the waves, Taranga. So, like the example, illustration of the Taranga, the waves in the river, etc., etc. 14 illustrations are given so that this individual can have maturity of the mind and cut the world to its own side, having a right perspective of the world without the what is called as Shobhanadhyasa. Shobhanadhyasa, that is showing some silken veil as it were, and taking the world to be kosi, capable of fulfilling what I want to have in the life. It is not so. Shobhanadhyasa means, so that is attributing some good features which are truly not there in the thing. Means overlooking the defects and deficiencies in a thing, so superimposing or attributing certain fancied things because based on one's own values, etc., which are truly not there. The world truly is incapable of giving me contentment and peace and joy, yet I think that it is capable. That is a Shobhana. Shobhana is a pleasing. A pleasing disposition is superimposed on the objects, beings and events in the world. So that one has to cut to its own side and have a right perspective of the entire Jagat. Then what will happen? I will be very objective in my pursuit. What is the goal of life will be properly understood, and I will take the means by which I can discover that goal. From that standpoint, Nadyurmyadika Drishtantaihi. What are those Drishtanta? 14 we'll see in detail.
Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripadayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Maheshaha Go Brahmanebhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanya Prithivi Sasya Shalini Deshoyam Shobharahita Brahmana Santu Nirbhaya Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhave Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om